Today, we're diving deep into the theory that Shanks has a twin and the secrets behind it. In One Piece, there's been some chatter suggesting that the reason Shanks appears all over the place is that he might actually have a twin. Now, revelations about the StFigarland family, believed to be connected to Shanks' lineage, having power in Mary Joie, has added a new layer of mystery to the story. I want to delve deeper into this twin theory of Shanks in this video. If you agree with the analysis I'm about to present, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And if I miss out on any of your favorite scenes, please drop your thoughts in the comments below. Please note, this video contains spoilers up to chapter 1086. Let's dive right in. First up, let's talk about a critically important family and character introduced in chapter 1086 that's crucial to our analysis of Shanks. Once a champion who thrived in a land called God Valley, now the supreme commander of the Holy Knights, St.Figarland Garling, chapter 1086. It's been about a year since the release of the movie Film Red last August. The One Piece theory community has been buzzing about Shanks' past and its possible connection to the StFigarland family. And guess what? A member of the StFigarland lineage, St.Figarland Garling, made a grand entrance in the final scene of chapter 1086. As mentioned in chapter 1086, St. Garling is the supreme commander of the Holy Knights. His appearance is distinct from other celestial dragons in the Five Elders, wearing a black coat, radiating an aura of sheer power. However, his attire does have the two round badges typically seen on celestial dragons. Given that he was able to pass judgment on another celestial dragon, Don Quixote Miosogardo, it's clear that St. Garling is undoubtedly one of them. When St. Garling executed Miosogardo, other regular celestial dragons cheered him on. Considering his title of champion and the cheers he receives, St. Garling seems to hold a heroic position among the celestial dragons. Those who defend trash are even worse, St.Figarland Garling. He even referred to Miosogardo, who was executed for protecting the mermaid princess Shiragoshi of the Yugu kingdom, as worse than trash. This shows that, despite his heroic status among the celestial dragons, that's only within the celestial dragons. Lord Garling embodies the typical celestial dragon attitude of looking down on others. Interestingly, St. Garling is one of the few celestial dragons whose speech doesn't end in day. His normal way of speaking, combined with the fact that he can kill other celestial dragons, suggests he's on par with, if not above, the Five Elders in terms of authority. Furthermore, St. Garling possesses a sword similar to Shanks' beloved griffin. This leads us to speculate that St. Garling's combat style involves swordsmanship. As expected, he was born with it. Monkey D. Garp. In chapter 570, when Garp first witnessed Luffy's Conqueror's Haki, he seemed to have anticipated Luffy inheriting it. Moreover, considering Kaido and Yamato, Roger and Ace, Big Mom and Katakuri, it's highly likely that Conqueror's Haki is hereditary. Given Shanks' prowess with this powerful Haki, it's plausible to think that St. Garling, possibly related to Shanks, wields it too. Considering his title as a champion who thrived in God Valley, it's conceivable that the StFigarland family, including St. Garling, originally hailed from the mythical island of God Valley. This title of champion bestowed upon St. Garling is immensely significant. It gives us clues about the nature of God Valley and the kind of clan the StFigarland family might be. The term champion often refers to the most skilled among peers. So St. Garling was probably the strongest in a place filled with powerful individuals. The fact that he thrived suggests long-term participation in some competition or event. Taking all of this into account, it's possible that a Colosseum-like arena similar to the Kurita Colosseum once existed in God Valley. I theorize that St. Garling was a celebrated champion in that arena. Typically, Colosseums were places where slaves or prisoners were made to fight as entertainment for the masses. So, the idea of St. Garling, a celestial dragon, risking his life as a gladiator might feel a bit off. But to jump to the conclusion, even celestial dragons deemed creators of the world can absolutely be gladiators. The reasons? Diamante's case and the significant skills of the ancestors of the celestial dragons. Let's delve into the first reason, using Diamante as an example. As mentioned earlier, Diamante was a top executive of the Don Quixote family. He also had a dual identity as a celebrated contender in the Kurita Colosseum. The Colosseum's battles were structured such that victors from each block would face Diamante, who reigned supreme. Additionally, since the Don Quixote family was led by a king, royal affiliates managed the Colosseum, welcoming victorious gladiators and showcasing battles to hype up the crowd. We've already seen such scenarios in One Piece. So it's entirely possible that even royals, if they are overwhelming champions, might engage in combat as gladiators to elevate the excitement. We just let them play tag, right? Mermaids are the fastest in the world, right? Father! St. Charlos. In episode 502, St. Charlos made this remark. From this, we can infer that as a form of amusement, the celestial dragons might have made slaves fight each other. With StFigarland possessing overwhelming strength defeating the strongest slave, it's not hard to imagine such a scenario. Now let's consider the second basis, the capabilities of the celestial dragon's ancestors. From the information revealed about the Void Century, we can deduce the following. The ancestors of the celestial dragons, the original 20 kings, had an advanced civilization, and they were powerful enough to defeat a massive kingdom associated with Joy Boy. In Film Red, even the 5 elders hesitated momentarily when tasked with eliminating Uda, who was suspected of having Figarland lineage. Moreover, the Figarland family holds a high status among the celestial dragons and is favored by Im. This suggests that the Figarland family excelled in combat prowess even among the powerful 20 kings. I theorize that they were the kings of a warrior nation that thrived during the Void Century. Speaking of the king of a warrior nation, Vegeta from Dragon Ball, who can be considered the secondary protagonist, comes to mind. Ichiro Oda is famously respectful of Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball. So it wouldn't be surprising if Oda drew inspiration for a similar clan in One Piece. Indeed, Carrot from the Mink tribe has the ability to transform by looking at the rune, reminiscent of Goku, the protagonist of Dragon Ball, whose real name is Kakarot and who transforms under the moonlight. Additionally, there are several other elements in One Piece that subtly pay homage to Dragon Ball. Thus, I speculate that the Figarland family might be akin to the royal family of a warrior race, similar to the Saiyans from Planet Vegeta. It's believed that a clan referred to as kings were known for their sword skills in God Valley, honed for the amusement of the celestial dragons. It's theorized that, due to their combat prowess, they have served in the Knights of the Sky for generations. 800 years ago, in this world created by the trivial original 20, there was a king in the Nerona family named Saint Imu, Emporio Ivankov. In episode 1086, Ivankov hinted at the possibility that Im-sama might belong to a clan called the Nerona family. So it's confirmed that the Figarland family and Im-sama aren't related by blood. So what exactly is Shanks' role in all of this? To put it simply, Shanks is one of the twin sons of StFigarland and is currently estranged from the Figarland family. I believe that the one who met with the 5 elders was Shanks' identical twin brother. This is based on several points. First, Shanks' celestial dragon lineage. Second, the differences and similarities between StFigarland and Shanks. Third, the attitude toward the Figarland family's bloodline. Fourth, StFigarland's age and status. Fifth, the role of twins in One Piece. Sixth, Shanks' unusual behavior. And finally, the 7th, twins as cursed children. Let's dive into the first point about Shanks' celestial dragon lineage. Could that girl be of the Figarland family's bloodline? St. Athambaron Venustero. In the film Red, when Uda was revealed to be Shanks' daughter, St. Athambaron Venustero, one of the 5 elders, made this remark. This pretty much confirms that Shanks belongs to the Figarland family and is related to the newly introduced StFigarland by blood. Also, considering the inheritance of Conqueror's Haki, it's speculated that there's a connection. Shanks' formidable and somewhat unique Conqueror's Haki might also be significantly influenced by his Figarland bloodline. Furthermore, according to the special settings revealed in the 4 billionth copy given to Film Red attendees, Shanks was picked up by Roger in God Valley. Hence, considering these circumstances, it's highly likely that StFigarland and Shanks, both from the Figarland family, are father and son. Let's move to the second point, the differences and similarities between StFigarland and Shanks. No matter the reason, I'll never forgive anyone who hurts my friends. Shanks. In the first episode, the great pirate red-haired Shanks, whom Luffy admires, is portrayed as a man of deep character who laughs off most things even when doused with alcohol. Also, he's a man who deeply cares for his crew, not forgiving even the slightest harm done to them. Those who protect trash are less than trash. On the other hand, even though he's a celestial dragon, StFigarland scornfully called St. Myosogardo, who protected the Fishman tribe, less than trash. Additionally, it's well known that the subordinate crews under Shanks' red-haired pirates are considered weak. Members like Brule, presumably from the Dwarf tribe, and Garatini, presumably from the Fishman tribe, are part of his crew. This suggests that Shanks protects and stands up for various races and those in weak positions, a stark contrast to St.Garling's disdainful attitude. From these portrayals, it's clear that Shanks carries the blood of the Figarland family. His thoughts show no resemblance to those of the Celestial Dragons, indicating that he has already severed ties with them and the Figarland family.
Understood. The world moves as the Creator wishes.
St. Mars. Also in episode 1086, St. Marcus Mars of the Five Elders' attitude towards Imsama shows that Imsama's orders and thoughts are absolute in this world. And as mentioned earlier, the Holy Knights and the Figarland family are considered to be on the same or higher level than the Five Elders. Therefore, it can be assumed that the Figarland family, like the Five Elders, pledges deep loyalty to Imu. The world government has been pursuing the human-human fruit model Nika for 800 years. This can be seen as circumstantial evidence that it's also on the orders or will of Imu.
As for the gum-gum fruit stolen from us by that red-haired Shanks.
Who's Who? As Who's Who stated in episode 1081, Shanks stole the Nika fruit from a government transport ship, a fruit the government was after. In a way, Shanks was preventing Nika from falling into Imu's hands. This act by Shanks can be interpreted as a rebellion against Imu, an absolute being. Now let's say Shanks still maintains ties with the Figarland family and has a hidden face as a celestial dragon. If that were the case, he would have been eliminated immediately for opposing Imu. Shanks holds beliefs that are the polar opposite of those of the celestial dragons, and he's also acted in rebellion against Imu. From this, it can be said that Shanks is not in a position as a celestial dragon. Now let's delve into the third piece of evidence, which is about the attitude towards the Figarland family's blood relatives.
Even if that girl is a descendant of the Figarland family?
St. Nustero. As mentioned earlier, the Five Elders hesitated to eliminate Uda, who could potentially be a descendant of the Figarland family. This statement subtly hints that Shanks might be related to the Figarland family. It's more than just a hint. It also represents a certain ideology of the Figarland family. Currently, there's a possibility that Uda is related to the Figarland family. However, the members of the Figarland family themselves haven't met Uda in person, nor were they aware of her existence until that point. Yet the Five Elders showed a moment of hesitation in eliminating Uda, a relative unknown to them. This implies that if someone harms a Figarland family member without their consent, the family won't remain silent. Thus, the Figarland family is extremely sensitive about the life and death of their kin and seems to hold a sense of affection towards their blood relatives. However, on the other hand, there's a dead or alive bounty on Shanks. The possibility of changing a bounty to alive only was confirmed during Sanji's wedding. This suggests that the Figarland family has lost interest in whether Shanks is alive or dead, indicating a state of estrangement between Shanks and the Figarland family. Moving on to the fourth point of evidence, let's talk about the age and position of St. Garling. As briefly mentioned in the first point, St. Garling, who is believed to be related to Shanks, appears to be quite aged, giving the impression of an old soldier.
Even if I'm called a devil or a monster, I can't remain the strongest forever.
Edward Newgate. In episode 563, Whitebeard himself referred to this, and Garp also felt his age in the power of his fists. In the world of One Piece, age is something no one can fight against, and it becomes a major factor in the decline of personal combat abilities. Therefore, it can be said that St. Garling too is past his prime due to his age. Additionally, the position of Supreme Commander that St. Garling holds is, in fact, a role that doesn't involve fighting on the front lines in the military. In the Japanese military, the position of Supreme Commander is recognized as the highest authority in command and supervision of the military. In reality, the Prime Minister, who doesn't fight on the battlefield, holds the position of Supreme Commander in Japan's military. From this, it can be inferred that St. Garling, although the highest authority in the Holy Knights, has already retired from the front lines. Therefore, there is another leader in the Holy Knights orchestrating the battlefield. That person is the one resembling Shanks, shown in the silhouette of the Holy Knights in episode 1083. As Shanks is depicted as an overwhelming powerhouse, and St. Garling is believed to be strong, it can be assumed that members of the Figarland family inherently possess formidable combat abilities. Likely, St. Garling's father was also a very strong figure. Moreover, St. Garling has transitioned and risen from a king to a supreme commander. Hence, it's plausible to speculate that the previous Supreme Commander of the Holy Knights was St.Garling's father. It's also conceivable that the position of Supreme Commander is hereditary within the StFigarland family. Given that St.Garling has finished his prime, he seems to have retired from the front lines of battle, much like Sengoku and Garp. Therefore, someone must already be in line to take over the top of the StFigarland family's Holy Knights. Based on this, I speculate that the person set to inherit the position of the next head of the StFigarland family and the top of the Holy Knights is Shanks' identical twin brother. Continuing to the fifth point, let's dive into the topic of twins in One Piece. In the Whole Cake Island arc, we met Charlotte Chiffon, the 22nd daughter of the Charlotte family. And in the Thriller Bark arc, we saw Charlotte Lola, the 23rd daughter. These two are actually twin sisters, and honestly, their appearances are so similar that it's hard to tell them apart except for their hairstyles. Also, consider Frankie's twin sisters, Kiwi and Mozu, and the Vinsmoke brothers. In Fishman Island, we saw the Ichika sisters. In the world of One Piece, twins and even triplets often share strikingly similar appearances. So if Shanks had a twin brother, it wouldn't be surprising if he looked exactly like Shanks. Now let's move on to the sixth point, discussing Shanks' unusual actions.
You shouldn't be involved in politics, given your position.
St. Mars.
I made time for you because it's you.
St. Peter.
Thank you very much.
Shanks.
I want to talk about a certain pirate.
Shanks. In the final scene of episode 907, we see a person believed to be Shanks meeting with the Five Elders. This character doesn't have the trademark three-line scar on Shanks' left eye. Considering Shanks is a pirate, there have been theories that this wasn't Shanks himself, but a clone. If we think of this person as Shanks' identical twin brother leading the Holy Knights without the scar, everything starts to make sense. In episode 1086, it was revealed that the Five Elders are assigned roles related to administration in fields like finance, justice, agriculture, environment, and scientific defense. Considering the StFigarland family has the authority to judge the celestial dragons, it can be surmised they are tasked with judiciary roles. In Japan, the concept of separation of powers dictates that administration and judiciary should not interfere with one another. This separation ensures the balance of power. Why did the Five Elders tell him he shouldn't be involved in politics? It's not because the person meeting them was the pirate Shanks. It actually makes more sense if we consider that the individual was from the StFigarland family, which oversees judiciary matters. If the current head of the StFigarland family is St.Garling, then the person meeting the Five Elders would just be a regular member of the Holy Knights. This explains why the individual was speaking with such respect to the Five Elders. Now there's a popular mystery surrounding Shanks' actions. How did he manage to move at a seemingly impossible speed from the New World to Marineford? This puzzle falls neatly into place if you consider that Shanks' twin was pretending to be Shanks and was the one holding off Kaido. This act could be seen as saving the Whitebeard pirates. But in reality, it was an act to maintain the balance of the world. Imagine if nobody stopped Kaido and he targeted Whitebeard. Kaido would have likely gone after a vulnerable Whitebeard, either heading into battle or right after a fight. The battlefield would then undoubtedly be near Marineford. So if there wasn't someone to hold back Kaido, the world government would have had to face two major forces, Kaido and Whitebeard, simultaneously. Given that Kaido and Whitebeard rank among the top two in terms of bounty within the world's three great powers, the conflict might have surpassed the Summit War. You might wonder how it's possible for Kaido not to notice if Shanks' twin brother was dressed as a red-haired pirate and was fighting Kaido. But instances in the One Piece world, like Mr. Tuban Clay's disguise at the end of the Alabasta arc and the portrayal of fake Luffy at the beginning of the New World arc, show that characters often fail to see through disguises. In the One Piece world, for some reason, many characters have a very insensitive attitude when it comes to disguise and impersonation. Especially when two people look exactly alike, it's more likely they wouldn't notice the impersonation. The Navy, being the public face of the government, was of course entirely gathered at Marineford to stop the Whitebeard pirates. Therefore, if they were to act, it would either be CP0 or the Holy Knights. In the Wano arc, the top agent of CP0 was instantly killed by Kaido. So considering who has the combat ability to stop Kaido, it was the Holy Knights, led by Shanks' lookalike twin. Thinking this way, everything about the situation and the alignment of forces adds up. Finally, let's discuss the seventh evidence, the concept of twins being considered ominous children. Based on our analysis, Shanks has a twin brother and separated from the StFigarland family after the God Valley incident. Since then, he has lived without any connections to the Celestial Dragons. But if that's the case, why did the Figurland family let him go? Why haven't they tried to bring him back? The answer lies in a motif that can be seen in historical facts, the idea of twins being ominous children. For instance, Tokugawa Ieyasu, a very famous warlord in Japan, had a child named Hideyasu. But shockingly, Hideyasu wasn't even recognized or named by Ieyasu until he was 3 years old. The reason? He was born a twin. This notion of twins being ominous isn't just in Japan. Strangely, it's seen all around the world. Even in creative works, the twins equal ominous children theme is often used. Thus, it's possible that Shanks was abandoned by St. Garland during the turmoil of the God Valley incident and coincidentally picked up by Roger. From this, we infer that Shanks no longer has any ties with the Celestial Dragons. He's a pirate who inherited Roger's will and aims for the New World. Considering the Figurland family isn't desperately trying to retrieve Shanks, and the fact that he has a bounty, it's likely they already have an heir. And that heir could be the unscathed twin of Shanks who met with the 5 elders. This leads us to the final battle scenario where Shanks decides to head to Raftel, which the 5 elders and Emu warn against visiting. It's speculated that the Celestial Dragons won't just sit back and ignore this move. Only someone from the Figurland family is believed to have the power to stop Shanks. Could we be seeing a brotherly showdown between Shanks and his twin in the future? That's my theory, but what do you guys think? That's all for today. This channel posts summaries, explanations, and ranking videos related to One Piece. If you like One Piece, we would be happy if you could support us by subscribing to our channel and commenting. Thank you for watching till the end. See you in the next video.